Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. I'm just about to try and share my screen. So I'm here today to update you about the public involvement in ARC Northwest Coast. I am the public involvement manager, and my team also includes Ruth Ball, who does all our administrative tasks, and lots of other things besides, and also Shema Hassan, who you heard from earlier, who is leading on public advisor led research. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen with you now. Start from the beginning. Okay. Hopefully everyone can see that.
That's it.
Brilliant, thank you. Okay, so what have we been up to since the April ARCFEST, so our spring to summer period? There's been lots of different, we're very, very busy. There's been a huge amount of different things going on. One of the first things that happened this spring was we got some positive feedback from the NIHR about our public and community involvement and engagement and participation strategy. So it's all full steam ahead to implement all the different actions that we want to take over the next few years to really embed co-production and community engagement involvement in all the work that we do. We've held another public advisor forum. These are well attended. We usually get about 25 of our public advisors that attend each event. We've started asking researchers, PhD students and members, interested members to attend and ask for feedback from this larger group of advisors about early research ideas or anything else that we can help them with around public involvement. We've also been active with our subgroups, so our public advisors are involved in several subgroups across the ARC, including a governance group which feeds into our management team. We also have a communications group that works with our communications manager, looking at website content, Twitter, that sort of thing. And we have a subgroup that works with the health equity mainstreaming strategy to look at implementation of that as well. And we've also been working with several of our research themes and research leads around the research design networks that have been set up and looking at public involvement in those and how best to organise them so that public involvement can be meaningful within those networks. We've also held another Seldom Heard Voices forum, as you heard from Mark, and we've had some exciting communications training for our research theme co-leads and deputy leads, which was so successful that it's going to be rolled out to the rest of the ARC staff soon, where we talked about how can we best get exciting stories from all the work that we do out to the general public and our members. And expect some blog posts soon covering our Seldom Heard Voices forum. We've also been busy training all of our ARC staff in evaluating the impact of public involvement using the Grip2 tool. We've held 3 successful workshops so far, so I think probably about nearly a third of our staff has attended the training, and we'll be carrying on with that training throughout the rest of the summer and into the autumn as well. We've also been doing some great work with our advisors looking at our involvement section on the ARC website and making it more user-friendly so people can understand how they can become an advisor and what that's like and why they might want to be an advisor for us, and how we're just interested in having anyone who lives in the Northwest region who has life experience to come along. Everybody's experience is useful and valuable to us. So check out that website. Hopefully that new content will be updated really soon. And we're also going to hear from a couple of our advisors about their journey to being an advisor and what it's been like for them, so that we can really appeal to you to, if you know anyone that you think might be interested in becoming a public advisor for ARC Northwest Coast, to get them in touch with us. So this is one of our advisors. I'm just going to play this video.
My name's Tomlinson. I live in the borough of Knowsley. I am a community activist, volunteer, for the last 17 years. Mum, full-time carer to a young adult of 20 with complex needs. A community activist and quite heavily involved in the community. In a volunteer in a local food pantry, local community garden. And the aim of the community garden is what we grow. We grow for the community to give to the community for free. We do community forages with the local schools. We've got an abundance of fruit trees, and we give them to the Big Help project, which is part of the Trussell Trust, and also our local food bank. Volunteering for me is really important for my mental well-being, really, because I'm a full-time carer, so it gives me an outlet to do things that I feel is important to me. It gives me an opportunity to support the community, and also it goes hand in hand with ARC as well, because ARC gets my brain working, gets me working with a team, gets me thinking, gets me researching. So together, I could tell you what I do else in the community, but I'd be here too long. I do lots of things for lots of people, which I enjoy specifically for me. And all the work I do with ARC is also hand in hand with a community volunteer, an activist, because there is people within the community that are hidden, and the likes of research and knowledge and community knowledge is really, they go hand in hand. It's really important to support the hidden communities within the community I live. Thank you. In areas where there is hotspots, we should be able to be supporting these people more. The ARC project, the ARC journey has been very different because of COVID-19, but it hasn't stopped us meeting via digital platforms, via phone calls, emails, and that's what's really kept the momentum going for me. This journey's been, it's given me an opportunity to make new friends, and to do something that's really passionate for me. It's also given me it's been an eye-opener in the respect that all the public advisors come from all different walks of life, and we all gel very, very well. We all come around the table and we've all got different skills to offer. And plus we've learned some really good skills around communication, around team building, around focus, and also friendship. I've formed some really good friends, which has been really, really good. And it's also, what's really important to me is the other ethnicity side. There's lots of our public advisors from different cultural backgrounds, which is really important to work with them, being from a predominantly white area. So for me, this journey and moving forward, hopefully, will be fruitful. It's been, it's took some resilience to continue with it through times of toughness and times of hardship for me, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I think the support we've got from Selina as a lead for public advisors is really important. Our admin lady Ruth is fabulous, and also everybody involved is really supportive and really proactive and supportive of the public being involved with the clinicians and researchers. So I can only see my journey continuing, my strength growing, and my commitment also is there 100%. That's me, Steph Tomlinson from lovely Knowsley.
So you can hear from that our public advisors are absolutely dedicated, committed, and are 100% key to the work that we do. And most of the advisors that we have are busy in their own communities, and also work with many organisations, including some of our member organisations, community groups, and volunteering for third sector organisations.
My name's...
Okay. So I'm just going to briefly update you about some of the work that we've been doing with our public advisor theme, co-leads and deputy leads. When we implemented this new kind of working with the public as a real sort of leadership role, we wanted to make sure that we didn't just drop these new co-leads into the themes and expect them to get on with it. We wanted to support the themes in implementing this, because that's everything that ARC does. So we decided to work with the University of Liverpool Academy Leadership Programme to design a sort of bespoke type of coaching training sessions both for the new public advisor co-leads and deputy leads, but also for our theme managers and our theme academic leads. So but all of the different groups have sessions in their groups, but also joint sessions together to co-design and co-produce how they want to work together, and sort of implement that kind of those kind of changes that are needed around the changing the ways in which we work. So some of the stuff that they've been working on recently is just reflecting on what's been working well with the new roles and what kind of challenges there are to be addressed. So they've been discussing what kind of things make a powerful partnership between co-leads and theme managers, how they can enhance monthly reporting to understand how public involvement is and co-production is working within the themes, and then how they can also enhance the way that they feed back to myself in the PPI team and the rest of the ARC advisors and the rest of the ARC team. So we'll watch this space. I mean, more work to do there. And just a really brief update as well about our Seldom Heard Voices forums. As you heard from Mark, these have been really, really successful. And one of the things that we want to make sure that we do is not to just have a forum and then forget about it and move on. Every Seldom Heard group that we hear from has important insights that we need to learn from. And we want to gather together information after each forum. So there'll be a new page on the website where we're going to be putting information about how you can contact people that presented and how people can share information about the topics that were brought up. So there's a new blog post coming out about our most recent forum, which was looking at youth at risk, so young people and children that are at risk of exploitation across the northwest coast, so which was a really powerful and exciting forum, well attended by practitioners, clinicians, academics, researchers, members of the public from our area but also further afield, and we heard about some of the underlying factors that affect violence and exploitation for young people, including inequalities, poverty, deprivation, and the defunding of youth services. We heard about some really innovative work about youth workers working in hospitals, in A&E, like in Alder Hey, looking at young people that are brought in as victims and sometimes perpetrators of knife crime. And we also heard about some of the grassroots community work that's being done around youth work in Liverpool as well. And as Mark said, some stories of young people's lives and the kind of things that are affecting them on a day-to-day basis. So there's going to be, we're putting out a blog post and we're asking all the directors of children's services across the ARC geography to comment about what kind of plans they've got in place at the moment to tackle these kind of things that were brought up in the forum. And the next couple of forums that are coming up in July, we're talking about neurodiversity, and in September we've got a forum looking at Gypsy Traveller and Roma communities in the northwest coast. Here's another one of our advisors.
Hello, my name is Jerry Allen and I'm a public advisor with ARC Northwest. In my day job, I'm a town manager for a local town council with a long background in children's services, and predating that I did lots of work in the arts. I've been a public advisor now for just over a year. I've had the fortune, or misfortune perhaps, of only ever doing my meetings online via remote meetings. A very different experience, but none less valid, I feel. Thoroughly enjoyed my time so far. I have been involved in a number of different projects. I'm presently involved in two as a co-lead with the Midas project and Dynarex, but I've also been extensively involved in some of the research work through Liverpool University, looking into the impact of COVID-19, and this has been work that I've thoroughly enjoyed. I was somebody who helped find participants to get involved in the research, and more recently, it's been happening over the last few months, I've been involved in going through the transcript from some different interviewees across the region, analysing that work, and I found this a very, very enriching experience. Thoroughly enjoyed my time doing some of that. Would I recommend becoming a public advisor to somebody else? I would. As stated, I find this a really useful experience. I've gained lots from it. Most of all, I've really enjoyed interacting with my colleagues, with academics, of course, from right across the different universities in the Northwest. Our academic colleagues, I find them incredibly respectful, people who listen to what you have to say, they value the comments that you make, and more importantly, they really do give a sense that our contributions do make a difference. They really give us the idea that they do add value to the research that's being undertaken, and they give every opportunity to shape outcomes and perhaps even shape future government policy as a consequence of that. So because of that, I would highly recommend you get involved as a public advisor if it's something you're interested in doing. I hope to stay involved as a public advisor long into the future. But from my experience over the past year, I do hope the time comes very soon when I'm physically able to meet some of you in a room over a cup of tea, perhaps even a pint of beer. I look forward to that day very well. Thank you for your time.
Brilliant. So just to wrap up really quickly, what can we do for you? Please get in touch if you'd like to present at our regular public advisor forums, next one on the 15th of July. Please do forward our information to anyone that you think would like to be a new advisor. We are actively recruiting, especially for younger people, younger adults and those from seldom heard communities. Please do attend our Seldom Heard Voices forums or suggest communities that you think should get involved in the forums. And if you need support around public involvement best practice, or you want to join a PPI community of practice that we run jointly with the Innovation Agency, please do email us. Thank you very much.